different city, same loneliness. Different relationship, same argument, different face. Different job, same feeling on Sunday night. You change the scenery, change the cast, maybe even change the country. And somehow, you keep ending up in the exact same place, feeling the exact same things, having the exact same conversations with yourself at 2 a.m. You've restarted your life more than once, but you keep getting the same results. And the only common variable in every single scenario is you. That's not an accusation. That's actually the most hopeful thing I'm going to say today. Because it means the pattern isn't coming from out there. It's coming from in here. And what lives inside you can be changed. But first, you have to see it clearly. Let me describe some patterns. See which one feels uncomfortably familiar. The relationship loop. You fall for emotionally unavailable people. Every time you tell yourself, this one is different. And at first, they are. Then, slowly, the same dynamic appears. You're the one reaching, they're the one pulling away. You feel like you're too much. They make you feel like you're not enough. You leave, you find someone new, and it starts again. The career loop. You throw yourself into a new job, a new company, a new project. You feel energized, committed, convinced this time it's finally the right fit. Then months pass, and the same feeling creeps in. Undervalued, overlooked, restless. So you quietly begin looking for the next thing. The scenery changes, the feeling doesn't. The self-sabotage loop. Things start going well, actually well, and then, almost on cue, you do something to ruin it. You pick a fight, make a reckless decision, pull away right when closeness becomes possible. You lose the thing right before you are finally allowed to keep it. The fresh start loop. New city, new routine, new friends, new version of yourself, carefully planned out in a journal. 6 months later, same thoughts, same habits, same quiet feeling of being trapped inside a life that doesn't fit. The details are different every time. The feeling is identical. That's not bad luck. That's architecture. Here's what's happening underneath all of this. Your brain is not trying to make you miserable. It's trying to make you safe. And to your nervous system, safe means familiar, even when familiar hurts. When you were young, your brain built a model of the world, how relationships feel, how much love is available to you, how much success you deserve, whether belonging is something people like you actually get to have. Psychologists call this a schema, an invisible blueprint that filters every experience you have. And here's the brutal part. That blueprint was written by a child trying to survive, a child trying to explain things they were too young to fully understand. And that blueprint has been quietly shaping your decisions ever since. So when someone feels electric to you, when your heart races around them in a very specific way, there's a chance what you're feeling is not chemistry. It's familiarity. Your nervous system recognizing an old pattern, going home, even if home never felt safe. You are not attracted to what is good for you. You are attracted to what is familiar to you. And until those two things become the same, the loop continues. Now here's the part most people don't want to hear. The loop is not just a habit. It's a protection strategy. And it's protecting something very specific. A core belief you formed early about who you are and what you deserve. Maybe the belief is, I am too much for people. So unconsciously, you choose partners who confirm it, because painful confirmation feels safer than uncertainty. Maybe the belief is, I don't belong anywhere. So you leave every environment before it has the chance to reject you first. Leaving feels like control. Or maybe the belief is, success is dangerous. That if you become too visible, too successful, too happy, something will be taken from you. So you sabotage yourself at the threshold every single time, like clockwork. The loop isn't keeping you from the life you want. The loop is protecting you from the terror of finally getting it and then losing it. You are not self-destructing, you are self-protecting. And the difference matters. Because you can argue with a flaw, but you have to understand a wound. Here's what doesn't work. Trying harder. Forcing yourself into a different outcome. Making another vision board. Promising yourself, this time will be different. Willpower alone cannot override a nervous system running a 30-year-old script. You cannot out-discipline a subconscious belief. What does work is pattern recognition, followed by pattern interruption. Not giant dramatic changes, micro moments, small decisions made differently, in the exact moments where the old loop usually takes over. The person who always chases unavailable people learns to stay with someone consistent, even when consistency feels boring, even when calm feels unfamiliar. The person who self-sabotages learns to recognize the physical sensation that comes right before destruction and pauses there, not fixing it yet, just seeing it. The person who always leaves practices staying one season longer, not forever, just long enough to discover what was actually underneath the urge to run. You don't break the loop by escaping it. You break it by standing inside it and choosing differently. Once, then again, then again. So here are 3 questions. 1. What feeling are you most afraid of feeling? And which of your patterns exist specifically to avoid it? Be precise, not sadness. Is it abandonment? Irrelevance? Being ordinary? Being too much? Find the fear, and you'll find the blueprint. 2. At what point in the pattern do you still have a choice? Because by the time the loop feels automatic, you're already deep inside it. Trace it backwards. Where was the first moment you could have chosen differently? That moment, earlier than you think, is where change begins. 3. What would someone who truly believed they deserved better do right now? Not what you think you should do. What would someone do who genuinely believed in their body that they deserved a different outcome? Do that once before you fully believe it. Because the feeling almost always follows the action, not the other way around. You are not cursed. You are not broken beyond repair. You are not someone who simply doesn't get to have what other people have. You are someone running an old script inside a new life. And the moment you finally see the script clearly, the exact words, the exact scenes, the exact belief underneath it, it loses some of its power. Not all of it, not immediately, but some. And some is how it starts. The loop ends the day you realize the life you keep recreating is not your destiny. It's just the only life you've known how to believe you're allowed to have. And that changes the moment you decide it does. Tell me in the comments, which loop do you recognize in yourself? Relationship loop? Career loop? Fresh start loop? Self-sabotage loop? Or something else entirely? Name it. Because naming it out loud is the first moment it becomes real, and the first moment it can finally change. And subscribe because the next video goes one level deeper into how you rewrite the script.